This story is based on true events. Never stop at an abandoned gas station at night. The last stop might be your own. A group of 3 friends drove late at night, their tank nearly empty. A dim neon sign for a gas station flickered in the distance through the mist. They pulled in. The pumps were rusted, paint peeling, but a faint light glowed inside the small shop. It looked abandoned, yet somehow open. As they stepped out, silence pressed on them. No crickets, no wind. One of them whispered, "This place doesn't feel right." Inside, shelves were dusty, cans decades old. A bell above the door rang by itself. Behind the counter sat an old man, staring silently. "Pump 3 works," the old man rasped. His voice cracked, like unused for years. One friend shivered as if the words scraped his bones. They tried the pump. Fuel dripped thick and dark, almost black. A foul smell filled the air, more like blood than gasoline. Suddenly, a loud scream echoed from the woods behind. It was high-pitched, desperate, like someone begging for help. "We need to go," one whispered. But their car wouldn't start. The headlights dimmed, then died completely. Darkness swallowed the station. The old man was gone. The counter empty. On the wall, written in smeared red letters, "Don't leave the light." One friend's phone rang. Unknown number. A distorted voice whispered, "You shouldn't have stopped here." The call cut to static. The friends huddled together, their flashlights barely working. From the shadows near the pumps, wet footsteps squelched closer. A figure emerged, a young woman, clothes torn, face pale with blood streaks. "Please, don't let him see me," she whispered. Before they could respond, lights inside the station flickered violently. The shelves rattled. The injured woman screamed and collapsed. They tried to lift her, but her skin was ice cold. She grabbed one friend's wrist and hissed, "Don't look at him." A tall shadow moved across the lot-long limbs, face hidden under a wide hat. He stopped, tilting his head toward them. The woman shrieked, clawing the dirt to crawl away. The shadowed figure's arm extended unnaturally long, pointing straight at her. Suddenly, the ground shook. One pump burst, spraying black liquid. The figure vanished into smoke, leaving only silence. The woman fainted in their arms. On her wrist was a broken bracelet with a name engraved. "Emily," one friend whispered. "She's the missing girl." From inside the shop came an old radio turning on by itself. A news report crackled. "Search continues for Emily Jones, last seen near Route 56 gas station." They realized the station wasn't abandoned, it was a trap, and they weren't the first ones to stop here. One friend dialed 911. The call connected, but the operator's voice was distorted, repeating only, "Stay inside the light. Stay inside the light." The gas station's neon sign flickered again, then died. Only their weak flashlights kept the darkness at bay. Every shadow moved closer. The unconscious girl suddenly gasped awake, eyes wide, whispering, "He comes when the light is gone." Then she fell silent again. A friend grabbed a flashlight to check the forest. Between the trees stood the tall figure again, unmoving, watching. They ran into the shop, barricading the door with shelves. The old radio switched stations, voices screaming in reverse. On the counter lay a leather notebook, dusty, pages torn. Inside were lists of names, all marked missing. At the bottom, Emily. The lights inside flickered, and behind the counter appeared the old man again. His face was pale, eyes black, smile unnatural. "You shouldn't have brought her back," he whispered. The windows shattered inward, glass flying, wind howling through the shop. The unconscious girl levitated slowly, lifted by invisible hands. Her mouth opened wide, but no sound came out. The tall figure stepped inside. His hat brushed the ceiling. In his hand dangled a rusted hook, dripping with something dark. The figure's hollow face leaned close. Beneath the hat, There were no eyes, just endless darkness. One friend dropped the flashlight in shock. The shop went pitch black. In the dark, screams erupted. Something dragged one friend across the floor, leaving bloody scratches. When the light flickered back, he was gone. Only his shoe remained, soaked in blood. The others froze, shaking. The old man's voice echoed. One by one, no one leaves. His shadow stretched impossibly long across the walls. They grabbed Emily and ran through the back door into the forest. The trees bent inward, branches clawing at their clothes. Behind them, a lantern glowed. The tall figure was walking steadily, hooks scraping the ground, sparks flying. They found an abandoned police car, doors open, radio still on. A message looped. Do not stop at the gas station. Suddenly, Emily's eyes shot open, but they were black, just like the old man's. She whispered, "He's already inside me." She grabbed the rusted shotgun from the police car, pointing it at them, her voice layered with two tones. "You should have left me." Before she could pull the trigger, the tall figure appeared behind her. His hand rested on her shoulder, and she went limp. The friends screamed, but their voices were swallowed by the forest. Emily's body floated toward the tall figure, completely limp. The old man appeared behind the friends, smiling. "You shouldn't have come," he whispered. The shadows of trees bent toward him. A sudden scream echoed from the distance, another traveler caught in the same trap. The friends realized they were next. One friend tried to run, but the ground became sticky, trapping his feet. A black hand shot from the earth, pulling him down. The remaining friend grabbed a tree branch and swung at the figure, but it passed through like smoke. Panic overwhelmed them. Emily's laughter echoed, layered with the tall figure's whisper. The forest itself seemed alive, twisting and bending around them. The old man whispered again, "The light is the only way." Suddenly, a single dim lantern flickered nearby. They ran toward the light, dragging Emily. Branches clawed at them, but the lantern guided their path. Every step felt like the forest itself resisted them. As they reached the lantern, Emily fell to the ground. The light revealed her face human again, terrified but alive. The tall figure disappeared. They never spoke of the night again. The abandoned gas station remained empty on maps, but travelers still whisper of the last stop on Route 56, where shadows wait.